What if I told you there is a country where farmers grow watermelons in square boxes just so they fit better in the fridge? Where vending machines sell warm corn soup at midnight and the vending machines outnumber people? 7, 2, 1. Where pets outnumber children and where you can be fined for dancing after midnight? That country is Japan. And I just landed here. I have my passport. I have my backpack. I have absolutely no idea what I just walked into. Let us go. The moment I stepped out of Tokyo Airport, a robot rolled up and offered me directions in perfect English, just casually working, like that is completely normal. Then a vending machine tried to sell me a warm can of corn soup before I reached the exit. I bought 4. Then someone bowed at me so politely that I bowed back so enthusiastically that I head-butted a solid concrete pillar in front of everyone. The robot watched. The robot did not help. Welcome to Japan, to simultaneously 500 years in the past and 500 years in the future, depending on which street corner you're standing on. Before we go anywhere, we need to talk about how Japan became Japan, because the story involves samurai, warships, nuclear devastation, and somehow ends with Nintendo. Stay with me. For almost 700 years, Japan was ruled by powerful military generals called shoguns. And for over 200 of those years, Japan made a decision no country has ever made before or since. They looked at the rest of the world and decided it did not exist. Complete isolation. No foreign ships, no foreign visitors. People who tried to leave were executed. Japan spent 2 centuries developing its own unique culture, food, art, and language entirely alone. I cannot last 2 days without checking my messages. Japan did this for 200 years. Then, in 1853, boom, American black ships sailed directly into Tokyo Bay. The message was simple: open your ports or face war. Japan opened, and in just 50 years, they went from medieval feudal society to fully industrialized modern nation. They sent students to Europe, built railways, created a navy from scratch, and rewrote their entire government. I am still trying to figure out how my microwave works. Japan rebuilt an entire civilization in 50 years. Then came World War II. By 1945, entire cities were ruins. It is almost impossible to look at those images and believe what came next, because Japan did it again. By the 1980s, Sony was selling the world televisions, Toyota was selling cars, Nintendo was selling video games. From ruins in 1945 to dominating global markets by 1985. 40 years. Greatest comeback in human history. Full stop. No debate. Facts. 5 of them. Japan is absolutely packed with facts that will break your brain. Fact number 1. Japan has 6,852 islands. Most people think of it as one place. It is an enormous archipelago the size of California, crammed with 125 million people. I looked at the map. I counted. I sat on the floor. I stayed there for more than 3 hours. Fact number 2. Japan's trains are so punctual that if a train arrives more than 1 minute late, the entire company issues a formal written apology to every passenger. National average delay, under 30 seconds. I cried real tears when I learned this. You want to know why? My flight here was delayed 4 hours. No apology, no letter, just a shrug. Japan, formal, written apology for 1 minute. Fact number 3, 5.5 million vending machines, 1 for every 23 people. Hot ramen, fresh flowers, umbrellas, mystery boxes containing items I am legally not allowed to describe. I spent my entire travel budget in the first 45 minutes. The globe keychain on my backpack is the only thing I have not traded for vending machine products. Yet. Fact number 4. Japan has the oldest company in recorded human history, Kongo Gumi, a construction firm founded in 578 AD, operated for over 1,400 years. Let me put that in perspective. That is before the Vikings. Kongo Gumi was already an established centuries-old business. When the first Viking picked up his first axe, I sat on the floor. My brain was not braining at all. Fact number 5. Japan experiences approximately 1,500 earthquakes every year, 4 per day. Children practice earthquake drills the way other countries practice fire drills. Buildings are engineered to sway rather than collapse. I experienced one small tremor during my visit. 4 seconds. I did not sleep for 3 days. I lay in my futon staring at the ceiling. Japan just lives like this every single day. The food, we need to talk about the food. I had been warned, nothing was sufficient. Food stop number 1, ramen. Not the sad, dried packet university students cry over at 2 a.m. Real ramen, broth simmering for 18 hours. Noodles pulled fresh that morning. Chashu pork belly that dissolves the moment it touches your tongue. I took one slurp, put my chopsticks down, pressed my paw against my chest, closed my eyes. I had 3 bowls. My backpack is now 80% emergency ramen packets. No regrets. None. Food stop number 2, omakase sushi, 8-seat counter. Chef with 35 years of training prepared each piece individually by hand in total silence. The otoro, fatty bluefin tuna belly, costs more per slice than a full restaurant meal anywhere else on earth. I ate it. A single tear rolled down my cheek. Not from sadness, from the sudden understanding that I had been eating inferior food my entire life and had simply not known, worth every single one. Food stop number 3, natto, fermented soybeans, Japanese breakfast staple. I will describe it accurately. It smells like something biological. Made a series of very poor decisions over an extended period of time. The texture is sticky and stringy in ways that challenge physics. The strings do not break. You just keep pulling and they keep going. I tried it because I am a professional. I made the face. You know the face. I respect natto deeply as a cornerstone of Japanese culture. From a distance, I will never eat it again. Here's what surprised me most about Japan. Not the technology, not the food, the people. Japan has a concept called roe, harmony. The entire social fabric is built around maintaining collective peace. You do not eat while walking. You do not speak on trains. You do not tip at restaurants because suggesting someone needs extra money to do their job well is a mild insult. When I accidentally spoke at normal volume on the subway, 40 people simultaneously and slowly turned to look at me. 40. Perfect synchronized slow head turns, like something out of a film. I have never whispered so consistently in my life. I was a very quiet, embarrassed ghost. And then the glorious contradiction. This is also the country of karaoke bars open until sunrise. Themed cafes where every staff member is dressed as an anime character and stays completely in character. Festivals so loud and colorful that reality feels turned up to maximum volume with the knob snapped off. Japan is simultaneously the most disciplined and most joyfully unhinged country on earth. the most ordered and the most spectacular. And that is exactly why the entire world cannot stop watching it. Japan is not a country you understand in one visit or one video. I barely scratched the surface, and I already have 17 things I need to come back for. The list keeps getting longer. I needed a second piece of paper. Drop it in the comments right now. What fact broke your brain the most? The square watermelons? The 1,000-year-old company? The train apology letter? The natto strings? Tell me. I read every single one.
And if you are new here, I am Bumo. I travel the entire world one country at a time, new country every week. I have a panda passport, a globe keychain, and an absolutely terrible sense of personal space in quiet Japanese subway cars. Subscribe so you never miss where I land next. It is going to be just as wild, possibly wilder. Sayonara, which I have been practicing. Sayonara. I got it, finally. Bye.